Hey guys, I thought I'd make a short video to replace the soundless video I made on applying the CRAAP test. So I've started with a Google search for infidelity statistics because that is the search I was helping a student with a few weeks ago. And we started at Google like I often do. And let's just look at a couple of the sites we looked at. So this was the first site I looked at with a student, and one of the first things I do is figure out where the information is coming from. So if you're thinking about the CRAAP test, that would be the first A for authority. I can see the date right here. Hey, it's February 2017. It is plenty current enough. It is relevant because this is exactly what my student wanted really to investigate was gender differences and infidelity and why people were unfaithful. I'm fine with currency, I'm fine with relevancy. So the first thing I'm trying to really figure out in depth is who is Trustify. Now I can see already up top finding out about people, infidelity, custody, personal safety, finding people that in adoption situations. Um, so I'm suspecting already that this is probably a private detective agency, right? And so if you look at who we are, that's exactly what you find, that this is, there are two people, it is a couple, Danny and Jennifer, and they are a married couple who have a private investigation firm. So, in terms of authority, they have no authority on infidelity. Well, I suppose they do on rooting it out. uh, but automatically that makes me kind of suspicious about their statistics because I am thinking, wow, it's in their best interest to scare me to death about infidelity statistics. So I will hire them to, spy on my partner. Um, so these statistics are fine and they're actually kind of what my student was looking for, but I don't really know where they come from, right? There is, I think, a list. No, there's not even a list. So at some point there are links to studies, which is great, but a lot of these statistics are just hanging out there on their own. So what I use this site for is to get some ideas. These are perhaps research questions, right? Who cheats, men versus women? Where do they cheat? Is it usually a coworker or somebody God forbid, a sister-in-law or brother-in-law? Are people who cheat likely to cheat again? These are interesting research questions that this site has value because it's reminding me that I should look into these statistics, but I'm not using these actual statistics. No way. So uh, there's another site down here. I'm going to just be honest, like a ton of these sites were unusable. Even even like the NPR site. NPR is usually a pretty trusted site for me because they are so good at citing their sources. This is a 2015 uh, article sorting through the numbers on infidelity, and but I right here I don't even know who Rachel Martin and Mona Chalabi are, right? And so again, they're talking a lot about recent research uh, and quoting a lot of statistics, but I just don't know where they come from. And this is a huge problem on the web. So let me just tell you, currency, relevancy, super quick to find. Authority is where we almost always run into trouble. Let's look at this little Business Insider, the science of cheating. Uh, and again, dates right up top, 2018. I like it. Shauna Leibowitz looks to be the author, and it looks like I can click on a bio on her. She seems to be a strategy reporter, right? She's an English and psychology major, master's degree in English literature. So again, not an expert on infidelity, which doesn't matter as long as she cites her sources. Now, I like this. At least here I can see she links me to a study. Okay, here's the American Sociological Review. And I feel much better. So I'm going to tell you, like, if you're a community college student, it's probably just fine as long as people cite their source. You know, Business Insider is a known publication, but I will always encourage you to take the step beyond and find the primary source, right? And here's a much better source. Now, the other way to do this, of course, is just to go to the library. And I'm going to do exactly what we did the other day. I'm going to go to general databases. Though today I'm going to click on Academic Search Premier, not Academic OneFile. You've already had some practice with that. But Academic Search Premier is an EBSCO database. And I'm just going to do infidelity. Just not even statistics. Just let me see what I can find on infidelity. I'm going to limit my search to full text articles. If I want, I can limit it to scholarly peer review articles. I can play around with the date. Hey, give me things, in the last 8 years. Uh, and then I have 991 full text articles there that I can look around, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of data for me to choose from. And there's a much better chance, really, that these sites are going to pass the CRAAP test. So my advice to you is, just like we did last week, feel free to use the web for preliminary reading to start developing your ideas. Hopefully you'll find some good secondary sources that lead you to studies, but then when you have an idea of exactly the kind of information you want, hit the databases, hit the academic journals, go for the gold if you want, and even do peer review. You still have 441 articles here. And a lot of these are going to be really dense. We've had our experience with journals. We know they're hard to read, but if you can stick to like the abstracts, the abstracts, sometimes the conclusions, you can get a lot of really good information. So have fun this week, and let me know if you have any questions about finding sources that pass the CRAAP test, finding sources that don't. Have fun with this.